Good morning. Rise and shine, my friends. Today is Monday, May 13th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Katherine Hobbs. Thank you so much for starting your morning with me. We've got another rainy week ahead, but that does mean we should be staying out of the 90s for just one more week. The high today is 78 degrees. Well, I hope you all had a really lovely weekend. I'm so glad you're back with me again this Monday morning. Now, you might know about art therapy and its benefits for folks navigating mental illnesses, but did you know that just visiting a museum can help those struggling find calm and process emotions? Here in Dallas, I'm a big fan of the DMA for their affordable to free access, but there's a new exhibit that opens tomorrow that I'm really eager to see. More on that in just a minute, but if you also find solace in the arts, you won't want to miss it. But before we get to that, let's get you the news you need to start your day. The law firm representing Dallas's severely underfunded public safety pension fund says it doesn't need city officials' approval before submitting a plan to state regulators. After almost 6 months of meetings between city officials and pension executives trying to work together on the issue, the city said it only recently found out. In a letter obtained by KERA sent earlier this year to the Texas Pension Review Board's top executive, the fund's lawyers said both the city and the board's reading of legislation guiding the plan was erroneous. Arlington officials want to help people who live and drive in the city as they draft a plan to reduce the number of traffic-related deaths and injuries. The Safe Streets Arlington plan will identify road safety-related projects and policies the city department should consider in its goal of zero fatal crashes or injuries. A study of 67,000 people found Afib may be prevalent in young people younger than 65. Wearable tech may be to thank for catching these episodes in younger people. KERA's Sam Baker has more.
I think that with wearable technologies being so accurate these days, that we're able to pick up more diseases that could have been there before that we never monitored those younger patients. So now they present to us saying that, hey, my heart's out of rhythm, or I see irregular heart rhythm on my monitor. What do you think is going on? The other possibility is probably due to our lifestyle. Younger people now are vaping more, smoking, drinking energy drinks, increasing with obesity, which leads to sleep apnea and diabetes and high blood pressure. I think that the combination of all of these factors can increase the risk of having atrial fib in much younger patients.
Are you seeing this in your own practice?
I am. And usually we can identify some risk factors that they have. There's one unusual case where we have very young, super healthy people who do extreme endurance sports like running marathons and doing triathlons and Spartan workouts. They develop Afib at a very young age due to something called vagal-mediated atrial fibrillation triggers. They're more the exception. The rule usually is that people tend to be obese with diabetes and high blood pressure, and they have obstructive sleep apnea. Then when you look at their lifestyle, they consume more alcohol, more caffeine, more energy drinks, and more decongestants, and they may be on ADD medications. That would play a very big role in their development of atrial fibrillation.
Is that treatable?
The way that we would treat AFib is, number one, start out with changes in lifestyle. If you're obese, we have to lose the weight. If you have sleep apnea, we have to find a way to treat it, and weight loss is a big component of that. Control the diabetes, control the blood pressure, get off of all the different exogenous things that can increase your AFib, like caffeine, energy drinks. If you can get off the ADD medication, get off of those things. And then we can progress to either medication, antiarrhythmic drugs, or ablative therapy that can help to control the AFib.
Explain the ablation procedure.
The ablation is done through an IV where a catheter is placed from the femoral vein up into the heart. And there is different energy sources that we can apply to the areas inside the pulmonary vein that are triggering the atrial fibrillation. I would say that AFib is never a cure because getting older is a cause of AFib. And we haven't found a cure for getting older, so that risk factor remains. But the more gracefully that we grow older, the better we're going to do. And that's why I tell my patients that you have to grow old gracefully.
Now, wait a minute. Tell me more about what you mean by growing old gracefully.
So we're fighting Father Time, and that's what AFib is. I call it a disease of the privileged. We have to exercise more. We have to have a pristine diet. We have to do all the things that we can in order to keep our body and our mind better to fight atrial fibrillation. And then we have to accept Father Time. He will eventually win, but we can put up a good fight in terms of trying to keep our body healthy.
So AFib is avoidable.
It can be, but there's also a genetic component. So you may do everything perfectly in life, but as we age, and we all age based on our genetics as well, you may develop AFib even though you've done everything perfectly in life. You have no diseases, your body mass index is pristine, but yet you can still get AFib, just the fact that the heart wears down.
The Stars beat the Colorado Avalanche 4-1 this weekend, securing a 2-1 win in their Western Conference second-round series. Meanwhile, the Mavs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 105-101 for a 2-1 lead in their Western Conference semifinals. If you're new to hearing my voice, hi, hello, it's nice to meet you. But folks who have subscribed to the Wake Up with KERA newsletter for the past year will already know that I'm also a scientist. One of my main areas of study is mitochondrial DNA, so today's science news is extra exciting for me. Scientists are another step closer to mapping out the organized chaos of our cells. AI is hurtling the field of protein science forward at an incredible pace. Scientists are using technology to predict the unique shape of proteins and how they make our cells work. This helps us contextualize how food is processed or how light is turned into sugar. Well, tomorrow the Meadows Museum at SMU debuts its exhibit featuring key paintings from Dallas-based artist Barnaby Fitzgerald. The exhibition will honor his prolific career and celebrate his election to Professor of Art Emeritus at the university. The event is free and open to the public. For more events, check out kera.org/calendar. Thank you so much for starting your day with me today. I'm so glad you take a few minutes to listen each morning. Be sure to subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA newsletter at keranews.org and check us out on Instagram and Threads at KERATX. I'm Katherine Hobbs. We'll chat again tomorrow.